Okay, Nick, I'm wearing my toxic masculinity shirt for this one.
I'm wearing the Auburn Tigers men's basketball NCAA.
Oh, well, okay.
Final 8.
Well, that has nothing to do with this.
Yeah, even though we played like crap,
okay.
The other night
Disney
against Michigan.
Disney DEI practices under investigation by Trump-appointed FCC Chairman Brendan Carr for potential EEO violations. They are looking into the DEI agenda laid out by the Walt Disney Company, and basically it's about reverse discrimination. They are discriminating against other people, other groups in their efforts to do the whole DEI agenda. You remember a couple of years ago when the whole checkbox thing came out. They have to literally check all of these boxes. And the more boxes they could check on an individual, the more likely it is that they're going to hire that person and put them in that role. Well, the article coming from us from our friends over at that Park Place, shout out to WDW Pro and Jonas Campbell. They do a great job over there, so go and subscribe to their channels and go visit their website. The Federal Communications Commission has officially launched an investigation into the Walt Disney Company and its ABC News unit, signaling a new phase of regulatory scrutiny over corporate diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. The probe, initiated under the leadership of the newly appointed FCC Chairman Brendan Carr, is part of a broader federal effort stemming from an executive order signed by President Donald Trump in January. Nick, this is actually a really, really good thing for the entertainment industry. I hope that Disney gets absolutely pounded, that ABC gets absolutely pounded in this entire thing, because shame on them.
ESPN too.
Absolutely. It's a shame that they've taken these companies and turned them into what they've turned them into. Trying to just, feed that whole woke hive mind. And it's been, look at the results. Look at the results for Disney. The lack of subscribers, people leaving the platform, unsubscribing to Disney Plus. Look at the reviews that the movies get, that the shows get. They got very little, to talk about in terms of anything being positive from a fan's perspective. So what are your thoughts here with President Trump signing that executive order and these companies being actually investigated? Now, what's going to happen with the investigation? We don't know. What can happen to them? No idea. But there's no doubt that they're going to be guilty of these DEI practices and taking it who knows how far. And we've actually done some specials on our show. We've had live guests come here. We had a man who went by the moniker Agent Callus come on here talking about
Disney employee,
a former Disney employee, worked there for a decade, talking about all of the bad experiences that he had because of what he was. And how people are treated there. So what are your thoughts here with this news?
Yeah, so just to hit on what you just talked about with Agent Callus, who we had on next, former Disney employee, who was told by an administrator of the HR department that it had nothing to do with his performance. It's because he was a white male.
It's when they were letting him go.
Yeah, when they were letting him go.
Yeah.
Of course, he didn't have the money to fight it in court. He didn't have it on record because the HR admin basically said off the record, this is why they're letting you go.
And the HR person was a friend of his.
Yeah.
That was telling him that in friendship, like, this is why this is happening.
Yeah, exactly.
It's out of my control.
And so, when Trump signed the executive order, and we don't tend to get political on the channel, but sometimes politics and entertainment, kind of mesh together a little bit, blend together.
Well, the media has done that, and so have these entertainment industries.
100%. So, in this day and age, there's no way you can't bring or mention politics when you're talking entertainment, especially when you're dealing with stuff like this. But when Trump signed that executive order, that was mainly for all the government agencies, that sort of thing. But from my understanding, it's also people that the government does business, gives grants, all that sort of stuff. If these companies or anything are practicing DEI stuff, basically the government will have nothing to do with you. So a lot of the private companies who can still do DEI if they want to, are turning away from that whole thing. Even the company I work for, they got rid of the whole entire DEI department, and they had one as well.
Yes.
And so a lot of companies are doing this. So overall, this is a good thing. Private companies can still do it if they want to. It's not like they're being forced to. But when Disney said they were getting rid of this whole thing, I knew that it was just going to be repackaged and relabeled in another way, shape, or form. And they were just taking the DEI thing out and not having it out front, and kind of doing it in secret, still sticking to those kind of things, but not openly putting it out there. I think this investigation is definitely warranted. Yep. And the thing is, you shouldn't discriminate against anybody. I like Trump's take on, everything should be merit based. You are getting this job because you're the best one for this job.
Sure.
Not because anything to do with skin, race, sex, gender, whatever.
Right.
You are the best one, merit based. That's how it should be everywhere.
Right.
As long as the companies are doing this DEI crap, we're still going to have, planes flipping upside down, all kinds of craziness going on out there. It's, even the air traffic controller leak tapes on them basically taking minorities and basically giving them all the answers to the test so they could be air traffic controllers. Like that is a position that nobody needs to be cheating or getting a handout to get that kind of position. Yep. Those kind of jobs and positions need top people who
top
are
people.
Yeah.
Top people.
Yeah.
Yes. I can't remember what movie that was in, but
Indiana Jones.
Yes, that's
Raiders
it.
of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Who? What top men? Top men.
That was not Temple of Doom. It was Raiders. Raiders. Yep. So, all right. The thing about this whole DEI thing, they're looking at it in terms of in the workplace, the hiring practices. Yeah. Now, if you just go to the entertainment industry, the entertainment side of it, like what you're seeing on film, our friend of Chris Gore over at Film Threat
and Alan Ng.
Yeah, he has said it best. Star Wars went wrong when they changed it to a girl brand.
Yeah,
they did. And that was Kathleen Kennedy's. That was like way up there on her agenda. Not only do we want to turn it into a girl brand, we want all of our cameramen being camera women. So yes, it is both. It is what you see on screen, and it's the people working behind the screen. And it has ruined the industry for some. So anyways, Nick, what are your final thoughts here with the DEI investigation led by Trump's executive order looking into Disney and ABC?
Again, I think this is a great move. No company should be practicing this. I think it is completely wrong and it discriminates against, people like us, white guys,
Yeah, Sergeant Slaughter, me, you, all of us.
But yeah, like Chris and them that dropped the news on the whole Disney thing with the check boxes and all that sort of stuff. I definitely don't see this being a good thing for Disney. They're probably more than likely going to get sued, probably going to have to pay some fines. And that's just really not what this company needs. The company under Bob Iger has been a complete disaster, and he can't get out of there fast enough.
Got to go, Bob.
But that whole board, the executives, the whole place, it needs to be doged.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, guys, let us know in the comments what you think about Disney being under investigation with their DEI policies. You are Echo Base Network. Coach, Nick, see you guys on the next one.
Bye, guys.